Josh, are you surprised that Tyler did not make it to the Final Three for the Luke Rosen? Do you think he's deserving of that recognition?
I personally think he deserves a lot of recognition. He's the best kicker I've ever been around, best kicker I've ever seen. I personally think he's the best kicker in the country. So I think he does deserve recognition.
Thanks.
Question for both of you guys. So now it's come down to it. How do you just reflect on your Arizona careers and what you guys have been through?
Super thankful. I've loved my time here. Been a lot of ups and downs, 3 different head coaches, seen a lot of guys come in and out of this building. But it's just been so special, the relationships you build, the friendships you make, and you get to see a lot of different walks of life and how people approach their work. It's pretty special. And being here for 5 years with this guy and guys like Stukes and Berto, who have been here through that all with us, I mean, it's been super special, and it's been a great ride.
Yeah, it's like he said, it's been very special. All this whole journey, it teaches you things. It teaches you a whole bunch of things: how to deal with adversity, how to deal with the ups and downs, when you're doing good, when you're not doing good. It teaches you how to build connections. Teaches you how to communicate with people and different people, because as we all know, some people don't respond to criticism like others do. So it teaches you how to respond and communicate with people as well. And I'm just so thankful, like he said, for this opportunity that I've been given.
Josh, what's maybe your favorite memory from the Territorial Cup?
When we beat them at home in 38-35 and we rushed the field, my gosh, yeah, that was awesome. That was amazing.
Has the word spoiler been used at all this week in talking about knowing that ASU, if they win, they can get into the Big 12 title game?
We're just worried about what's ahead of us right now. We're worried about not necessarily the game, but a fist fight, the dog fight that's right in front of us.
So what has it been like for you, Josh, to be in the same offense as Ted Earl McMillan?
It's been amazing to see the growth and development and just the raw talent and ability that this kid has, and his ability to go out and make plays when some of them seem impossible. And you see him on every Saturday, those crazy catches. It's amazing to see those, and just his ability to develop as a leader through action these past few years has really been amazing to see as well.
As non-Arizonans, what have you learned about the Territorial Cup? What have you come to appreciate about the rivalry and the matchup for both?
I'll start. So I know it got like the history of it. I've learned a lot about it because it's become something like. Honestly, until my junior year of high school, I didn't know that, what the U of A was. And so when I got out here and started learning about the Territorial Cup, it was really cool. And seeing I grew up in Texas. I thought the most bitter, big time rivalry was always Texas versus A&M. And then I got out here and I was like, ooh, yeah, this one's bitter and it's hate filled, and it's a big deal for both schools. It's about pride. It's about honor. Records kind of go out a window with this one. I know it started. We talked about it this week. Kind of started in its oldest trophy game, but where it really started to get bitter was when they kidnapped 3 of the U of A players and took them up to school up north. And then when it got really, really bad was in the 80s when after Steve Kerr's father passed away over in Beirut. What happened in the basketball arena, I know that's when it turned piss and vinegar. And so, yeah, we talk about that a lot in the history, and just how it's about respect and honor and everything with the state.
That's a good answer. Wow. Oh, yeah.
If I'm doing the math right here, I think if you guys win this one, would be 3-2 personally, right? Is that important to you?
Correct. I think it's very important to tip that scale in our favor and to go out the best way possible this season. Yes, sir.
Obviously, Josh was asked about his favorite memory that he's played in. For you, what would be the favorite game moment that you've been in here with this rivalry?
It was the 38-35 game at home. I've been telling guys all week, I've been a part of some really cool games. When we went to the Rose Bowl and upset UCLA, That was a fun game, but nothing compared to rushing the field after beating the school up north, 38-35 on Isaiah Taylor's pick. That was just that was a really special moment.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And obviously, Josh was asked about how he felt about you not being in the Groza finalists, but how do you feel about it?
That's not my control. Like it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's cool to win, or it's cool to be recognized for that. But the body of work that I've accumulated in college and all the process that I've gone through in college, I feel has set me up well for the next level, and that's really important. I've been able to do some awesome things here at Arizona and develop some special relationships. So at the end of the day, it's not really in my control. Yeah, that's all I would say about it.
Tyler, were you surprised that TCU returned one of your kicks? And like, what did you do? Like, since you normally just have to jog off the field at that point with a touchdown.
I knew they were gonna do it too. I got out there and we were kicking in like probably a 22, 23 mile an hour wind because it was gusting at that point. And I saw their returner back up to 9 deep in the end zone. I was like, yeah, he's taking this out. I was annoyed because that was a total pride shot from that team to do that and then put their returner on the 5-yard line the rest of the game. Like, that just kind of shows where that team was at and how they respected us, not only on special teams, but overall. But anyways, yeah, new game.
So you said what you learned here set you up for the next level. So how do you look at the next level and getting ready for the NFL draft and all that?
Right now it's finishing out this week. Make my kicks now, but honestly, it's been I've learned some really good piece of advice from coaches over the years, and two that have really stuck with me this year is, I think it was Bobby Wade told me, we were running out his first game, and he goes, he's like, you can't make 2 kicks from now on this kick. He's like, you can only make 1 at a time, so don't worry about it. And then Coach Carroll, I was talking to him the other day, and he's like, you're not going to be judged on, how well you make it. You're going to be judged on how well you can miss. Like, how well can you miss, reset mentally, and go back out and step up to the challenge. Because, I think if you let misses and you let stats and all those things kind of cloud your process on the field in any position, that only hinders your performance. And so learning those things and the thought process of what it takes to be at that level, that's been something big for me this year.
And then in your 1 year working under Coach Brennan, what are some of the biggest things that you've learned from him, and what kind of coach is he?
He's a player's coach. Loves his players, cares about his players. He's one of those guys where he walks around and you always know you can approach him. You can come to him with anything. His door open policy is a legit door open policy. If you walk by his office, he's got both the doors to his office open, and that means he's free to talk. You can go sit down, hang out on his couch, and develop that relationship. As far as things I've learned from him, it's been a lot of leadership stuff. What it looks like to lead with action, what it looks like to lift guys up, show up every day ready to work, because we talk about it a lot right now, especially going through, maybe a harder season with the record, but he always says the only way to it is through it. He's like, if you want to feel better as a team, the only thing that you can do right now is get back to work. And so having that mindset has been really good for staying the course and sticking with our process.
Can you repeat the question?
1 year working under Coach Brennan, what have you learned from him? And a lot of people had expectations for the season, and now it's been disappointing. A lot of people are maybe questioning Coach Brennan right now. So what is it about Coach Brennan that maybe gives you optimism about the future of the program?
One thing that really stands out is that burning optimism, that burning passion to come to work every single day, even when things aren't looking great. His message is, again, to just keep pounding the rock, keep swinging the hammer. And another thing is that we practice hard. His motto is like, if you can't practice hard, how are you going to be able to like play hard, right? Because like as we all know, like you practice how you play how you practice. So it's like we practice harder than any staff that I've ever been a part of, and that is true, and I think that's a huge piece of where the development will be coming in and is coming right now.
Tyler, I don't know if you watched last Thursday night's NFL game in Cleveland, but can you even begin to prepare for the potential of having to kick in situations like that at the next level?
What was it?
It's like snow.
It was snowy. See, that's just fun. I was joking with someone on the sideline. I was like, I think it was in like 2021. We played Washington State, and we went up there. It was 11 degrees. We had rain, hail, sleet, snow, rain, like
Fog.
fog. Like we could not see the other sideline. Like games like that, and it was windy. Games like that. So I've had that under my belt, but the way you have to approach those is like, it is what it is. You can't control the weather, and if you can go at it with a good attitude, it's like, this is kind of cool. I never get to see this. It makes it kind of fun, and especially it's more rewarding. Like when you go out and you can perform in those conditions, it's a pretty good deal. And I don't think there's anything like, I can't go simulate a snowstorm in our indoor, but yeah.
All right, last question, Michael. I have one for each. For Josh, the run game looked like you guys kind of got that going in the second half against Houston, and then against TCU, it really wasn't like probably what you wanted it to be. You know this is going to be a really physical game against ASU. What are the keys to getting the run game going and giving you guys some balance on offense?
Sure. Communication and executing play in and play out. We've demonstrated that we've been able to do it. It's just now, can we do it consistently, and can we do it with more physicality than them? That'll be the key.
And then for Tyler, following up on Brian's question earlier about TCU taking the ball out from the end zone, if you guys recall from the 2020 Territorial Cup, that's how the game started, right? Like kick into the end zone that they took out. First of all, when you see that, does it change anything about your approach to like where you kick the ball, like into the end zone, and maybe kick it shorter? And then are you just always kind of on alert since then that you have to be ready to make a tackle?
Yeah, I know like the second I kick the ball, I can see by the body language of the returner whether he's gonna take it out or not. So if you watch the kick against TCU, I hit it and I knew he was taking it down, so I started covering down with the team. But one thing we talk about a lot is like touchbacks are a luxury, so expect to cover. So our guys, they're always racing down to the end zone. We have a competition to see who finishes first in the end zone. Obviously keeping lane integrity on that play, but playing this week is just out of the back. This is my last ride in Arizona Stadium. I love kicking here. The ball's going into the stands. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.